Good morning, everyone. Rector Magnificus Professor Stilwell, dear Mr. Tai Kinip, Director Macau Economic Bureau, Vice Rectors, government officials, company representatives, faculties and students, good morning.
尊敬嘅薛佩德校長、副校長、政府代表、公司代表、各位教授、同學，大家好。
It is a great pleasure to have your participation in the opening ceremony of University of St. Joseph's Career Day 2019 to support an event that is so important to our university and to our students.
歡迎大家嚟臨聖若瑟大學2019年度就業展嘅開幕儀式。就業展對於聖若瑟大學同埋學生嚟講係一個非常重要嘅活動，我哋好感謝大家抽空出席。
My name is Sheila, and on behalf of the Office for Student and Alumni Affairs, I will be your English host for today.
我係嚟自聖若瑟大學演講學會嘅 Carmen， 喺我身邊嘅係 Sheila， 我哋係今次活動嘅主持。
The main objectives of USJ Career Day are to increase employment opportunities for USJ students, also making them aware of their options for furthering their studies and offer companies and recruiters the access to a pool of talents simultaneously.
聖若瑟大學就業展旨在提供更多嘅就業機會，以及提供關於繼續就讀同埋海外升學嘅資訊，同時亦為廣大嘅機構同埋企業提供專業人才。
This year, around 50 organizations have graciously accepted to participate in our Career Day with over 2,000 incredible job opportunities available for our students.
今年有將近50間機構同埋企業參展，為同學們提供超過2000個就業機會。
Now, may we invite our Rector Magnificus Professor Peter Stilwell to deliver the opening remark.
現在有請薛佩德校長致辭。
Honorable Mr. Tai Kinip, Director of Macau Economic Bureau, representatives of all these companies which have so kindly come to help our students find careers, the vice rectors, the deans, Father Mandia. It is a pleasure to speak to you and see you all here today. This is a challenging moment for us at USJ and also for Macau, as we will hear briefly in a short time from our keynote speaker. We are being asked by the central government of China to look at ourselves as Macau, look at ourselves within a larger context. Within the context of the Greater Bay Area. And this Greater Bay Area will change significantly the way we understand our relationships with companies and with works and with skills, because there will be much more competition, and competition with many more universities and people coming from universities. And this means that Macau must up its act, so to speak. On our side, we are doing our best to change the culture within the university. We are bringing in a series of requirements for our quality assurance, which should increase the knowledge of our students as to how they can improve their skills. It should also help us as teachers and managers of the university to understand what needs to be improved. We are considering, for example, at the moment, one of our issues, which is the difficulty that many of our students have in developing their language skills, namely their English skills. And we have to see how we improve the service that we provide them at that level, so as to allow them to become true bilinguals, or if possible, trilinguals, which is one of the advantages which Macau can bring to not only to the Greater Bay Area, but to China in general. Those who are here representing companies know that you come as important stakeholders of the university. Why? Because it is you who are requesting that the universities, the higher education system in Macau should provide certain skills and certain competencies so as to be able to respond to the demands of your companies. And that is something that has to be fed back into us as higher education institutions for us to understand exactly what the industry requires so that we can then help our students develop those skills and then be able to find jobs in the local industry. So this is the general state of affairs, and the Career Day is an opportunity for us to become aware of this connection between what happens in the university on a day-to-day basis, which is classes, exams, assignments, etc., and what is required by the wider community in the various sectors of the wider community, whether it is in hospitality industries, entertainment or education or social work or whatever. There are so many areas where society needs high quality service, and we must provide through our students people who are able to respond to those demands. And I think that about wraps it up. I would like to thank very much those who have organized this event, the Office for Student and Alumni Affairs, who have worked overtime to get it going. I would like to thank PIRO, our Public Relations and International Relations Office, which also helps in ensuring that all these activities that we have, which place us in contact with the wider community, are carried out with appropriate quality. And thank you very much for you who have come and are going to provide our students with an opportunity to see what jobs there are in the market and to be able to understand how they can focus on their future and on their future professions. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Professor Peter Stillwell, for your encouraging words. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to thank all the government sectors and companies for your participation by presenting the souvenirs. We will now call the representatives in groups, and after receiving the souvenirs, we ask for your kind patience to remain on stage so a group picture with all the representatives can be taken in the end. Thank you.
為咗答謝各位政府機構同埋企業嘅參與，我哋會分成幾組，邀請各代表到台前接受紀念品。喺紀念品頒授儀式之後，會進行大合照。
We would now like to welcome Vice Rector Professor Alvaro Barbosa to present souvenirs to the following representatives.
現在有請 Alvaro Barbosa 副校長向以下代表贈送紀念品。
Netcraft Information Technology Macau Company Limited.
天網資訊科技澳門有限公司 Miss Catherine。
TDM.
澳門廣播電視股份有限公司 Representative of Administrative and Human Resources Department Miss Brenda Mendonca。
MTR Railway Operations Macau Company Limited.
港鐵軌道營運澳門一人有限公司 Operations Training Manager Mr. H.C. So。
Macau Pass S.A.
澳門通股份有限公司 Deputy Head of Administrative and Human Resources Department Miss Cha-Cha Kok。
Fu Hong Society of Macau.
澳門扶康會周慧儀總幹事。
Centro de Formação Juvenil Dom Bosco. Rato Ling, Lay, and Cortez, Advogados.
力圖律師事務所 Assistant Manager Miss Leono Quay。
Thank you, representatives. We would like to ask Professor Alvaro Barbosa to please remain on stage to present souvenirs to the following representatives. Hong Kong Overseas Studies Center, Macau.
學聯海外升學中心 Manager Miss Olivia Song。
MSS Recruitment Limited and HelloJobs.com.
MSS 全策顧問及 Hello 好工網 Managing Director Miss Gigi Tu。
Evolution HR Consultancy Limited.
Evolution HR 資訊有限公司 Managing Partner Miss Jacinta Hall。
JC Human Resources Consulting.
JC 澳門人力資源顧問公司 Managing Director Miss Jacinta Hall。
New Yao Han.
新八百伴 Human Resources Manager Miss Bonnie Kwok。
Future Bright Group.
佳景集團 Assistant Human Resources and Administration Manager Miss Cherry Lau。
Grand Lapo Macau and Grand Coloan Resort.
澳門金麗華酒店及路環海天度假酒店 Area Director of Human Resources Mr. Kent Chow。
Thank you, representatives and Professor Barbosa. We will now welcome Vice Rector Professor Keith Morrison to present the souvenirs to the following representatives. Vishweta Macau.
葡京人綜合度假村 Vice President of Human Resources Mr. Keith Zhang。
SJM.
澳門博彩股份有限公司 Senior Manager Miss Mike Ling Leung。
Wynn Resorts.
永利度假村股份有限公司 Senior Manager Mr. Justin。
MGM.
美高梅 Director of Talent Acquisition Miss Loreno Lau。
JW Marriott Hotel Macau and the Ritz-Carlton Macau.
澳門 JW 萬豪酒店、澳門麗思卡爾頓酒店 Assistant Director of Human Resources Miss Debbie Zhang.
L'Arc Macau.
澳門凱旋門 Human Resources Manager Miss Isabella Wong.
The Macau Roosevelt.
澳門羅斯福酒店 HR Manager Miss Alice Lee.
Bakchun Group.
德進集團人力資源部副經理黎旭先生。Regency Art Hotel 麗景灣藝術酒店 Human Resources Manager Mr. Marco Chang. Sun City Group Limited 太陽城集團助理副總裁 Mr. Simon Wong.
Thank you, Representatives and Professor Keith Morrison. Now we invite our Rector Magnificus, Professor Peter Stillwell, again to the stage to present the souvenirs to the following representatives.
我哋再次邀請薛佩德校長到台前頒發紀念品，有請以下代表。
For Labor Affairs Bureau, DSAL.
勞工事務局就業廳代廳長黃少君女士。
Social Security Fund.
社會保障基金代職務主管陳燕芳女士。
Statistics and Census Service, DSEC.
統計暨普查局 Officer Mr. Hanson Sun.
Melco Resorts and Entertainment.
新濠博亞娛樂 Human Resources Partner Miss Amanda Leung.
Sands China Limited.
金沙中國 HR Executive Director Miss Vanessa Doors.
Sengfeng Jewelry Limited.
盛豐珠寶金行有限公司李居元先生。
Bank of China Limited Macau.
中國銀行股份有限公司澳門分行李俊小姐。
Caritas Macau.
澳門明愛林敏琪院長。
Galaxy Entertainment Group.
銀河娛樂集團 Senior Manager Recruitment Mr. Felix Kuhn.
Shuntak Holdings.
信德集團控股有限公司 Manpower Planning and Recruitment Assistant Manager Mr. Jeffrey Learn.
CDM.
澳門電訊有限公司 Assistant Manager Miss Viku Chang. Macau International Airport Company Limited 澳門國際機場有限公司 Senior Head of Training Division Miss Cole Chan. Luso International Banking Limited 澳門國際銀行助理經理 人力資源部主任梁家豪先生。MMXIX 代表。Senior Manager Brian Chang。
Thank you, representatives. This year, we have the honor to invite Mr. Taikin Yip, Director of Macau Economic Bureau, to be our keynote speaker. Here, we would like to invite Director Taikin Yip to be on stage as Professor Peter Stillwell presents a souvenir to Director Taikin Yip for his kindness to be our keynote speaker.
現在我哋邀請經濟局戴建業局長上台接受紀念品，感謝局長為就業展作主講嘉賓。
Thank you, Director Taikin Yip and Professor Peter Stillwell. Here, we would also like to invite the deans and vice rectors to the stage to take a group photo together.
現在我哋會進行團體照。
Thank you, everyone. Now we will ask the rector, vice rectors, and Director Taikin Yip to please remain on stage as the rest of the guests to be seated first.
感謝各位，現在有請薛佩德校長、副校長以及經濟局戴建業局長留在台上，其餘嘅嘉賓可以到台下就座。
And finally, to declare the official opening, ladies and gentlemen, we ask for your assistance to switch the light of your pen and project the pen and light onto the screen.
最後，各位先生、女士，我哋一直等緊嘅時刻終於嚟臨啦！有請你哋打開你哋支筆，並將燈光投射到熒幕上嘅鎖匙窿，正式宣佈開啟 USJ 就業展。
Here we declare the official opening of the USJ Career Day 2019.
聖若瑟大學就業展2019正式開始。
Thank you, everyone. As we have mentioned earlier, Mr. Taikin Yip, Director of Macau Economic Bureau, is going to present a very important topic for us today: Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area, and Macau's economic diversification. Let us welcome Mr. Taikin Yip with a round of applause.
現邀請經濟局戴建業局長為我哋主講大灣區及澳門經濟多元化，有請戴局長。
Well, good morning, everyone. Dear Professor Rector Stilwell and Professor Morrison, Professor Alvaro, and all the representatives from companies that supported this event of Career Day. I would be much pleased to deliver this presentation to you all and to the students of the USJ. As I also, as an alumni in USJ, I used to study here with with Professor Morrison, who taught me not only government studies, but also improved my English a lot more. So today, I hope that my topic would be interesting for you all, as we are coming to a new area of development for Macau and also for the Greater Bay Area. So that would be much important for you all, not only as students for your career planning, and also for those all living in Macau for the coming future of the next 10 to 15 years ahead. So my topic here, I would do whatever for my friends to help me to show the topic is about the Greater Bay Area development and also the moderate diversification about Macau's economy that we have devoted a lot of efforts from the government side during the last 10 to 15 years. So, should I have, give me, oh, thank you. So, as you all may maybe have concern about the latest development during the 1.5 years from the 2017 until now. Ah, okay, thank you very much. But I can first before I go into the topic first, I would like to show you something that wow. No problem. Is this okay? Yep. In this figure, you will witness some change with China during the last 4 years that we have also noticed. Is a report that I captured from the World Bank from the last 4 years, and this report already carried out for 16 years. We see that China during the last year have jumped to a very top level of doing business in terms of easing of doing business. It jumped from 78 to 46. This substantial jump of the ranking shows a very difference that have happened during the last couple of years. China has succeeded in making a structural reform in terms of leadership, not only leadership, but also in terms of modernization in public administration. So this shows a substantial jump in the ranking. Ahead of China is Belgium. Is also, if we find in the top of the ranking, we find a lot of Western countries in Europe, and also in Hong Kong, Singapore. And we see in the future this improvement will continue. So in this context, sorry, can you? Okay. Yeah, we find the development of the Greater Bay Area very important within the context of structural reform. First of all, a lot you may have information about the Greater Bay Area. I'll just give you three numbers. First of all, the area is 0.6% of the total area of the country. And also, we find that a population of around or a little bit over 70 million of population, which will be share of 5% of the total population in China. And lastly, its GDP is about 12% of China. So if we combine these three figures together, what it means in this graph, that make you that about, if we compare to the average of the whole China, that region represents 20 times in terms of productivity and also intensity of human production in this region compared to the average of the country. So this region is highly concentrated in terms of economic resource and all the inputs. So you may already know all the municipalities which compose of the Greater Bay Area. Is anyone not familiar with this composition of the 9 municipalities? Should we just have a memorization? We have 3 from the East Coast, which compose of Shenzhen, Dongguan, and Huizhou. And north, there are another 3 from the north, composed by the Guangzhou, Zhaoqing, and Foshan. And 3 municipalities from the west, Jiangmen, Zhongshan, and Zhuhai. And lastly, we have Macau and Hong Kong, totally 11 cities and municipalities. So what will be a major difference in this, we call it framework agreement signed in 2017? We have 2 executives, chief executive of the Hong Kong and Macau, and also we have the governor from the province of Guangdong, and another one more is the minister of the Commission for State Planning and Reform, Mr. Hall, or Minister Hall. That is represents the coordination level is not only within the region level. It's no longer by ourselves to just talk to each other and reach an agreement. This coordination already elevate to a state level, to a country level. That means our development is much in line with country strategy. So we have a new member to have this. And also in the background, all the conception and implementation are done by our President Xi. And as you may notice, in February, we have the central government just released outline development after 1.5 years preparation, which comprise of 11 chapters. And I have here, if you may witness, I have an English translation done by the Hong Kong government. And also in Macau, we are doing the same in terms of Portuguese translation, but not yet released. We hope so to be released in the very coming near future, maybe in April or in May. So this agreement This framework plan is comprised of 11 chapters and totally of the 37 works in the, this framework, this outline development plan. And what it consists of, 7 areas. Besides overall requirement, we have this spatial layout, cooperation between cities, innovation and technology development, optimization of financial sectors, infrastructural connections, interconnections, and ecological conservation. These 7 areas will cover all the development for us to carry out for the coming future. So, if you already have read the outline development plan, you will find there is a 6 basic principles inside. We all will follow these 6 principles to develop our future work. What about them? First of all, the region should be driven by innovation and led by reform. And then we have the pursuit of green development and ecological conservation. Also, human-centric approach is a major for us that we have to improve the people's livelihood in the coming future. We stay committed to one country and leverage the benefit from 2 systems. So this is very important for us in building up the Greater Bay Area. Should be strictly compliant with the law and the Constitution, and also the 2 basic laws of the 2 special administrative regions. And at the end, we have other 2 basic principles. One is to plan holistically. That is a major difference for us. If you all are thinking just like Macau or Hong Kong or whatever, a municipality level, that may be feasible. Something might be feasible in terms of municipal level, but that might not be holistically be viable. So all the planning should have the whole picture for consideration. This is a major change. What we see now have many coalition, whatever you are done in terms of what kind of activity, mainly economical or not. But all have the regions levels planning now. And at the end, we hope to end up with a cooperative and achieve a win-win outcome for all. That is, should be sustainable. And let's just jump to something like we have mentioned. By innovation, how? Do you know how to lead this, to forge this by innovation? Have you ever heard about this news? Something like spallation neutron sources. Is anyone familiar with this? Not by me. I'm new to this physics area, but it's important. It's the 4th equipment or installation in the world. We have one in the US, one in Japan, and one in England. China is being the 4th owning facilities like this. It's a super microscope based on the neutron sources. That means the neutron beams that will penetrate whatever the objects and giving you a full picture of understanding their structure in a molecular base. What the use of these facilities can provide. New materials in terms of high-speed train, aerospace, and also nuclear and whatever medicine. This is important for around the world. European have their planning for constructing the world's 5th facility in the world, also in Sweden, but not yet finished. So this facility can provide the impetus for the innovation for the region to go on. And then also in the content of the outline plan, we can see the positioning, strategic positioning for us. we have 5 strategic positioning to build up a vibrant world-class city cluster, and then have a quality living circle for living, working, and traveling, important support for the pillar of Belt and Road Initiative, and also have the showcase for in-depth cooperation between mainland Hong Kong and Macau, especially in Hengqin, Nansha of Guangzhou, and Shenzhen have their Qianhai region. Within the plan, we are going to make a closer cooperation with these 3 regions, building up, for example, economic cooperation zone. And lastly, we hope to make it a globally influential international innovation and technology hub. There are also a time frame defined in the in the major the outline development plan. We have 2 dates. One is that 3 years from now, we have to build up a world-class city cluster formed mainly find the division of labor within each municipalities is important for us to make it clear what is our role within these 3 years of time. Each city have their function, and also until 2035 is the ultimate goal for making a fully developed international first-class Bay Area for living and working and traveling. So how? As indicated in the plan, Hong Kong, Macau, and Guangzhou, Shenzhen will be the key engines, 4 core cities, plus 7 key north cities. So Hong Kong, we already know, maybe some of our friends here are from Hong Kong also, not yet to go deeper. Macau, as we are from Macau, no need to further give you about our strength. I would like to jump to Shenzhen. If it makes Shenzhen as an example, Shenzhen's R&D input exceeds 90 billion, which is 4.13% of GDP. If we compare to the Korea, South Korea, which is ranked second in the world, so it's very close to the world level. Also, world number 1 is Israel. Israel have a percentage of R&D compared to their GDP is just 4.3%. This is the maximum level that we see in the world. So if we see this region have a comparative advantage of each cities or municipality. Other cities, I'm not going further, just let you to find out information. I would like to jump to, because time is short here, about Macau and the infrastructure. As I mentioned earlier in my presentation, that one important thing we are doing now is speeding up infrastructural connectivity. We have already the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau bridge done last year, inaugurated last year also. Have the second bridge, Shenzhen-Zhongshan Bridge, under construction. And it is expected to be completed by 2024. And it's a larger, not longer, but will be have as efficient and as that one we have now. And also Nansha Bridge, just completed. If all are aware of the Nansha Bridge, it was initially planned to be the second Human Bridge, but now changed the name to be a Nansha Bridge, just inaugurated a few days ago. And let me show you a picture. We have how many bridge crossing the two sides of the Pearl River Delta, and also have all the connectivities we are going to have in the future. So that will make the region an area for us to travel and live within 1 hour or not 1 hour, maybe 2 hours time of traveling. So the intensity of exchange will be higher, and also you'll find a lot of opportunities for you as a student by now, and also have your challenge and competition, just mentioned by Rector a few minutes ago, that we are facing the integration of the whole region in the coming future, and that's happening now. We have already 3 bridges completed, just only 1 left behind, and will be complete within 5 years of time. That is going to change substantially our behavior and our living. Some students not yet aware of that. When I present this to the high school, not all are aware of this. So I must make you clear about the influence that may bring in within our life. And you may, if we see after the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge inauguration, we see a 20% increase of incoming tourists within the last quarter. So although the structure are changing, but we still watching and monitoring the major change that can happen within this major structural facility. This is a map provided by the Hong Kong government. If you just scan this barcode, this code, and you will go directly inside to the map provided by the Hong Kong government that will provide you details of all the infrastructural planning and works that is undergoing. And another important thing for us, for Macau, to be prepared, to be well connected with the region, we have 2 also border gates under construction, as you all may aware. One is from the Hangqin border gate control point. That is expected to be complete by the end of the year as a gift to our 20th anniversary celebration of Macau's handover, return to the motherland. So that is estimated to have a capacity of handling 220,000 passengers or trips a day. And another border gate is the Qingmao, is a new border gate just near or doorstep to the border circle. We call it Guanzha. Our north border gate now is already saturated, which is have 400,000 capacity of processing, and it will reach just a few days ago 460 already over our capacity. So this one is also under construction, and we hope, although the date for completion is not yet clear, but we hope to have it as soon as possible, complete by next year. So these 2 new border gates will, after its inauguration, will increase the capacity for Macau's linkage with the outer region, or duplicate our actual capacity of processing. Not only in terms of numbers, if you see the time that we save in crossing the border would be a bigger change. We have developed new methods of custom clearance in cooperation with the Chinese counterparts. So we have developed automated clearance machine that will give you we call it cooperative checkpoint, and go through the 2 checkpoints in one step. So this will be installed in also the Hangqin border. This is a new measure developed by both Macau and the Chinese counterpart. So if you see, there is a lot of innovation that is under consideration for both governments to further enhance the interconnection between the Macau and the region. So in terms of let's turn to the soft side after talking about the hardware improvement in the coming future. We have also the soft side, the software. The central government just launched resident permit, new card for Macau's residents to go further integrate in the region. This, we call it residence permits for Hong Kong and Macau residents, already issued around 100,000 cards already. That means around 80,000 is Hong Kong residents, and the remaining 20,000 is from Macau, already applied for this residence permits. Somebody are still a little bit skeptical about the holder, being a holder of this residence permit. It might be subject to taxation or whatever, but the central government already make it clear. To consider you as a taxation resident is not just limited to this being a holder of this card. It's considered when you stay in China. But the period, if you over 183 days a year and consecutively for 6 years, every year you stay in China for over 183 days, you will be considered as a tax base for China, not only just holding this card. And about developing an international innovation and technology hub, what about our strength of Macau? What we have? Macau, according to the plan, Macau is one of the innovation and technology corridors major city. And also, we have to support the setting up of a platform for developing the TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, science and technologies industry in Macau. This is an emergent industry that the Macau government is devote a lot of efforts during the last 8 to 10 years. So before we jump to the TCM sector, I would like to show you some figures about the Greater Bay Area in comparison with the other region in the world, such as the San Francisco Bay Area, Tokyo Bay Area, and New York Bay Area. In terms of invention, patents registered in 2017, we have around 260,000 of patents registered in the Greater Bay Area, which is superior and a little bit more than the 3 areas in total or in summary. They just this region in summer in some they reach around 233,000. So in terms of number, we can supersede it and a little bit higher than the other 3 regions. But we should also consider the quality of the patents, the number of citations of those inventions that make it useful and also make it for money. You know, the more you cite the citation of the patents, that means your quality of invention should be higher. So if we consider also this aspect, maybe the region still have room for improvement. We estimate about half, the distance between the Greater Bay Area and the rest of the world. So this is for the next 15 years to go, that we should gear up efforts to go further for the invention in terms of patent. So for Macau, how can we contribute our efforts to the strategy of innovation? We have 4 state key laboratories operating in Macau by the moment. We have the state key laboratory of analog and mixed signal. If you just pick up your phone, your cell phone, you have a chips which is developed by Macau University under this lab for charging your cell phones. Whatever is Android system or is iOS system, this chip is developed by Macau. But we have been keeping low profile, not to raise the attention of the outside world. Another, we have a state key laboratory of quality research in Chinese medicine, split in 2 universities, one in Macau University and other in the Science University of Macau, which is have quite, I think, significant size of working level. In the MMXIX UST, they have 300 researchers working in this laboratory. And also we have two new more state key laboratory under construction. One is in terms of Internet of Things and for smart cities. And other is for lunar and planetary science. So we can make use of these four laboratories, state key laboratories, for further contributing to the innovation in the Greater Bay Area. And I would like to show you about our efforts done in terms of TCM Park in Hangqin, which comprise of, we start this work in 2011, 8 years ago. A region of 0.5 square kilometers, a tiny space considered to those industrial parks in China. This is extremely tiny, but it's condensed and is our first cooperative park with Zhuhai government, and also is Macau's first cooperation park in the region and with China. So, what is the state of the status now of this park? This figure show you this map or the model show you the planning, initial planning of this map. Have the if you see the left of this model, you will see an R&D area, and the right area is for education and exchange and exhibition. The same as the model, and this is a picture took about 3 months ago that we went to the science park and see. This already 1/3 of the space already completed, 0.5 square kilometers, and we plan to build up 900,000 square meters of space. Until now, we already completed 1/3 of the park. These facilities already rent out for those companies in China for their R&D units. And this is the right side I just showed you before. Headquarters building. On the left is a medium-sized production factory, Chinese medicine production factory. Extraction factory, Chinese medicinal plants extraction factory. And all the equipment already installed. This already become operational since January of this year. Testing, labs. And I want to show you that something is important of educational. In terms of educational of Chinese medicine, we much have effect. We are planning to build a science and technological museum in terms of Chinese medicine. In cooperation with one of the state-of-the-art team in the world. You all guys know Avatar, the film 1, 2, and 3, and 4 already almost completed and to be launched soon. We are working with the New Zealand Pukeko company, which is a specialist in doing 3D computerized effect, and we are making up this pavilion. This is the picture about 3 months ago. We already finished the basement and it's under construction. We hope to finish this by the end of the year. Hopefully, part of this may be launched, inaugurated by the end of the year, and the rest will be opening in the next year. So this is educational effect with 3D CGS, computerized graphic effects. And behind of this campus, we have in cooperation with hotel management train called the Bayan Tree Group in Singapore to build up a Chinese healthcare facilities for prevention and fitness restoration. It's also under construction, and hopefully we hope by the end of year or maybe next year we'll complete this project. There will be Chinese state level practitioners of medicines, of Chinese medicine stationed there for healthcare purpose. Intertech is one partnership that we have managed to attract it to station in this science and technology park. Some products developed under the park until now, one is from China and other is from Macau, already exported to Portuguese-speaking countries like Mozambique in Africa. And after talking about the Chinese medicine, we also using some opportunities to bring in our communities, our business community, to visit some Greater Bay Area's facilities. In Foshan, we see some facilities, they are very modernized in terms of automation. A factory with only 20 persons working there, covering the south of China in terms of furnitures. So we pay visits also to the Greater Bay Area. And how about this? Another thing for diversification I want to mention here is the Macau-China Diamond and Gem Exchange, which was established October last year. And we are, as government, we are developing a process which will be conform with the Kimberley process certification scheme, because the rough diamond is controlled, highly controlled goods in the world. So for this system to be implemented in Macau, we have to follow the rules stipulated and in vigor by the world system. So this is under development now. And tomorrow I will go to also the Legislative Assembly presenting the draft law related to this Kimberley process certification scheme. So what will bring in benefit for us? Will bring in a new sector, not only in terms of trade of gems and diamonds, but also will bring in all the production facility in the future for Macau's our youth to develop their talents in terms of design, jewelry design, testing, trade finance, that will a whole sector related to this diamond. And we have some strength in this regard. Why should we have this? We have a good connection with a Portuguese-speaking country, such as Angola, which is a producer of a rough diamond in the world, in high ranking. And also we have Brazil, have the colored gems. They are rich in gems, and also we have Myanmar, which will show their interest also finding Macau as a port for trade and production. So Macau, as you all know, we have two roles already. One is related to the world-class tourism and leisure center, and another is related to the Portuguese-speaking countries' platform, service platform. Now with the Greater Bay Area, there is another aspect which is which was given to Macau, and that is to develop a base for exchange and cooperation, where Chinese culture is the mainstream and diverse culture coexist. So why should we emphasize the importance of culture? Because in the construction and development of the Bay Area, there is a very important consideration for us to build up a region which is ecologically safe environmentally attractive, socially stable, and culturally vibrant. So our strength in Macau, we have a mix of culture, should be further developed to contribute to the cultural vibrancy in the Bay Area, which will contribute to the harmony of the region. I just want to skip up. This is Macau. How can we how can people from Macau have these talents in terms of innovation? This is a Macau resident who has been studying in China for a long time, 20 years ago, and moved to the Silicon Valley. After then, he now returned to Beijing and developed his business in terms of AI. As shown in the picture, his company is, have a smart speech recognition technology, which has already occupied 80% of the share in the market for insurance. So he is Macau born resident for a long time. So we have talents in Macau, and we also have over 1,000 of Macau residents working in Silicon Valley. We all have connections with government database. So just jump to another team that won the prize of global final champion of competition of the Alibaba Group. This is a Macau team also, have technology which gave him to win the prize of this competition. And also we have the central government during the 5th forum for China and Portuguese-speaking country have announced a measure to support Macau to promote the cooperation of youth entrepreneurship. And also, we just use these new measures given by the central government to further develop the benefit and reap the benefit of the Greater Bay Area. We developed a plan in cooperation with Portuguese incubation centers and co-working space. We have rented some space in Portugal, in Lisbon. And also, during the last month, we have paid a visit to Brazil to explore further further cooperation opportunity in terms of young entrepreneurship, and we find it very. They have quite a substantial and sizable efforts in terms of entrepreneurship in São Paulo. This is a huge building. The whole building consists of 14 stories. And they are quite keen on innovation. So this last visit to Brazil have exchanged with the local community and business sector. So I want to, before the end of my presentation, just give you some emphasis about Macau's role. We have already have a good connection with mainland China. And now with Greater Bay Area's outline development plan, we have further backed up by this planning initiative. We have one road to go to west with good connection, establish good connection with Portugal, and further expand business opportunities to the European community, European Union. If we go east, we go through Brazil and establish further contacts with Brazil's local governments, such as São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. And also we have the African friends. We have here Angola on the left and Mozambique on the right side in the African continent. So we have these three roads from Macau's further positioning. This is our major philosophy of Macau's diversification. So we can make use of those all strengths in the coming future. So thank you very much for you all. And we notice at least our counterparts
in Portugal, whatever, in Brazil, they are giving more emphasis now by noticing the Greater Bay Area's initiative. We find a big difference from 2 years ago and now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Tai Kin Yip, for that enlightening speech.
感謝戴建業局長。聽完戴局長嘅演講，我諗大家對大灣區嘅經濟發展都有更深嘅了解。既然大灣區嘅發展潛力咁大呢，我哋年輕人都可以嘗試參與大灣區嘅活動啦，理解更多大灣區嘅就業發展，亦都可以向我哋嘅理想前程進發。
And as an international student, it is very good to be informed on what is happening in Macau and what is happening all over the world and how we could be advancing. And it is also a great opportunity to take as we learn more about Macau and the plans for the future. Very exciting. Now this opening ceremony has officially come to an end. And we would like to invite all the guests and the participants to visit the booths on the first floor. Thank you all for your participation.
聖若瑟大學就業展2019開幕禮正式結束，感謝大家嘅出席，現邀請各位參觀就業攤位。
And while our guests are leaving, we would like to remind our students to collect the passport of My Career during activity from the reception counter outside the auditorium to win this special USJ prize. Don't miss this opportunity.
我哋提下各位同學可以喺門外嘅接待處領取理想前程有獎活動嘅護照。完成活動之後呢，我哋會有一啲神秘嘅禮物送返俾大家，千祈唔好錯過啦。
Thank you everyone and enjoy your day.